appreciate.
Okay.
What is good? Every job you do, you're gonna be retired, and you gotta go back to the private sector. Unfortunately, for our case, we were not retired honorably. We were not retired with respect. As these kids made sacrifices for the country, more especially in 14 years of civil war. After that, the soldiers were disbanded by the president then, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, with all benefit, with all certificate. Because we're trained tactically, critically, we are surviving. So 2 years I'm not working in any institution, so my voice look very critical. So I feel that because of my voice, so the government like you don't want to give me a job. Well, I'm a professional man when it comes to security. I'm a politician by profession, so I earned a BA degree in political science, minor in public administrations, and with emphasis in liberal history. So I'm qualified to work in administrative offices. I'm qualified to work in the sectors of our country, with the exceptions of our criminal sectors. But I'm qualified, and like I said, as a soldier's man trained by Israeli and America, I think I must survive tactically. Because critically, I will train. Tactically, I'm surviving. Tactically, I will train. Critically, I'm surviving. Either side, I'm surviving.
Okay.
So, the survival hold is one you want to know. I can tell you for free, there are a lot I can do to survive. Besides armed robbery and malice, ugly thing against the state. No, like I said, the government, maybe being afraid, or people I speaking to, top head of government not to talk to me. But there's a critical issue locked out into a small. My own personal life, as you see me, I'm looking sweet this morning, right? And so they said leave the government, they said leave the town, they said leave the country. But I think we should be discussing some interesting issues or burning issues in the state. Now let me drag attention to issues that is currently going on at the Capitol building, and it was unfortunate because it highly political and it has some security implications. I come from the security background to make an advice. I go after all the comments those lawyers are making. Some say it's a treaty, some say it's a sedition, some say low, get it to court. I think Yeke got no crime. He committed no crime.
You mean the current representative of Dishkin Martin?
Number 10, I have no relationship with him. He and myself did not come from the same security sectors. They came from the MPFL background. I am a bona fide AFL soldier. I joined the army in 1986. I'm a member of the SATO unit in this country. I did a lot of training. So I come to say, Yeka had not committed any crime against the state. The first thing first is the Constitution gave people free speech position, whether being a child, man, or not, their age or tribe. You can have a right to an opinion to say, I think, based on research and learn from Guinea, that not crime. If that crime, people committed a lot of crime, he might be investigating the speaker, the deputy speaker, and the college that followed to go to Lufa. Let me take it from that angle. When they went to go to Lufa, it was very insignificant going to Lufa. Because they did not invite their counterpart to sit down there to discuss. They did not go there to even see the commander on the ground that is hosting the flag. To say, Lord, reach there and talk to the commander. They did not do that. But they came by, they said, the more we are together, the more we plan to see our people suffering. Because people are displaced. So if you come to say the more we are together, the more you will be strong, the more you will enjoy, you make more great honor to citizens. Why can you investigate to people? Let's look at Senator Snow, who dressed the commander-in-chief of the armed forces of Liberia in military uniform and put gun on his side. AI said, "We are ready. JMB are ready." Is that not a treason? If I ordain the National Security Director, I will invite him for custody. Those are the people that need to ask them custody. The House of Legislation, based on the rule or not, I don't know that rule they're working on, that the citizen cannot know, we will elect them cannot know, that we will be able to analyze it when they're going contrary to their own rule, then we can correct them. But they talk about the rule all the time. And some things are constitutional provision and not the rule. They become the Justice Minister's interpretations, the Supreme Court interpretations, the department, the judicial department interpretation. Whether I go to lower court, go to higher court, that's a responsibility. Because the three departments work, but not do another department functions. They got separate functions. Legislation made law. The judiciary interpret the laws. The executive enforce the law. So how do we sit down here? People be making mockery of all of the citizens of this country. Then you sit down, you say, look, these people are doing good for us. Let it leave your care. Let him go a free way. Let him work. Everything that belongs to Yeke in the legislature, give it to him. If you are a strong government, put somebody against Yeke 2029 to remove him from district number 10. I think that's the way forward. But a lot of people in their country are committed in the crime against the state and be gone free. Now, the past government, George Weah, when he spent for the summer day outside, when he came by in the country, the chief of staff of the army came out and said, people say I should overthrow the man. Who are you overthrowing?
That's a critical question.
Tell me one. And who tell you to overthrow the man? Those people who call you, what are the number? National Security Director did not ask questions. These very people who are in the legislature also came out to say, hey, the man didn't do anything. So you can say, my research report say the land for Guinea. So the land have been taken and given to Guinea? No. The land say that Guinean flags are there. And you investigate it, what have you done? Our people at this place, what have you done to bring the flag down? So Liberia is at the critical junction for leader. But I know the leader will come. Look, for me, I'm not begging for job and I will not beg for job. The Liberian people train all with their taxpayer money. So if government know that we as a veteran we need to participate, they will call. And they got a veteran bureau. They got a veteran chairperson. A director there will call him and tell him. If they call me as individual, I'll play my advisory role.
They had series of them that went there and all of a sudden they came back.
But if the time they were going there, they were going to make accident and die, they die based upon fail to follow instruction. Yeah, and the military is the exact same. Who sent them there? I said the government should coordinate the activities of that border. And the only department that coordinated that the executive branch of government, waiting for instruction from the legislative branch of government. Because the legislative branch of government declare war and ask the executive to conclude peace according to our constitutional provisions. So we should be looking at it critically. As a soldier man, you should be informed of what you're doing. Ellen and Samuka were doing that pension. I said my name should not go there because it was done criminally. So I don't go for 35. I'm not a $35 soldiers. Whole month $35. How much I will pay my children tuition with? How much I pay rent? You didn't give me money to build a house. Selling you my salary will not even buy a land. We're doing sacrificial services to the government like you. 14 years sometimes you don't have a salary. We are at war. The economy of the states were not controlled by any other government to pay up a just amount that will be able to build a house. So we still renting. Then you give us $35. How do you expect us to survive? So our survivability in this country is narrow on $35, which they know is not happening. But one thing we have said to the Liberian people, that we will demonstrate commitment to the peace process. And that the Liberian will enjoy peace. And because the Liberian will enjoy peace, we will remain without gun theory. But I know one day, from the veteran angle, will produce leader in the country. God bless you.
This is the country, finally, this is the country of peace. No.
At the appropriate time we'll discuss.